It's no mystery the time of the Old West is gone. However, today, we're going to take you back in time, at a time when cowboys and outlaws roamed the streets of Fort Worth. I'm Real Estate Jake, proud to be your host of The American Dream. First up, we're at a place, although open to the public in 1966, it embodies the Old West and that long-gone frontier. And when walking through the gates, you swear it wasn't gone at all. Welcome to Fort Worth's Log Cabin Village and the Parker Cabin. They even have the famous Parker Cabin, built and lived in by the politician and judge, Colonel Isaac Parker. His niece, Cynthia Ann Parker, was taken by the Comanche when she was 9 years old. Years later, a group of Texas Rangers found Cynthia with a band of Comanche. Thinking that they were rescuing her, they attacked the Comanche and brought her home. During her time away, she married the famous chief, Pete Nakona, and had 3 children, one of which was the legendary Comanche war chief, Quanah Parker. Cynthia Ann, who went by her Comanche name, Nottawa, lived here at the Parker Cabin for a time. Over in the stockyards, there's a famous bar called the White Elephant Saloon. It's been featured on Walker, Texas Ranger, as well as Yellowstone's 1883. They've been serving drinks and food and offering live music since 1970. However, this is not where the original saloon sat. I'm on Main Street in Sundance Square, and somewhere right about here was the original location of the White Elephant Saloon. Back in February of 1887, there was a discrepancy that would solidify this saloon's place in history. And today, I've got City Councilman and Marine Corps veteran Charlie Lauersdorf here. Thank you, Charlie, for coming. Please tell us a little bit about this story.
Absolutely, Jake. So the area we're standing was once dubbed Hell's Half Acre for reasons I'm sure you can imagine. So the city leadership at the time hired a lawman to come in to help clean things up. What they didn't realize, though, was he was a crooked lawman himself. What he was doing was going around to property owners and business owners and demanding payment in exchange for protection. And since he was a known skilled gunfighter, many of them obliged and paid, except for one business owner, and you guessed it, White Elephant Saloon. The owner was Luke Short. He was a gambler and a famous gunfighter himself, and he'd actually spent time in Dodge City, where he made good friends with Bat and Jim Masterson, and of course, famous Wyatt Earp. Well, when he refused to make the ransom and the payment, Cartwright actually challenged him to a duel, and of course, Short, he obliged. Those in attendance actually claimed that Cartwright said, "Don't pull your gun on me," just as he pulled a gun himself. One eyewitness, who was actually Short's friend and famous gunfighter Bat Masterson, he described it best. No time was wasted in the exchange of words once the men faced each other. Both drew their pistols at the same time, but as usual, Short spoke first. Then the saloon owner fired 5 rapid shots in succession. And once the dust was settled, only one man was left standing, Luke Short, and one man was left dead. That's Big Jim Cartwright. And that was one of the last, if not the last, official face-to-face duels here in Fort Worth. So Jake, you have to remember, back in those days, lynch mobs were a very real and very dangerous threat. And Bat Masterson wasn't about to have his friend hung for what they considered to be self-defense. So he actually stayed in an adjacent cell all night with guns by his side. Now, even though this courthouse was constructed a couple years after that infamous duel, it has seen the lawlessness days of the past, and since then it's seen the birth, the growth, and the maturity of civilized law as we know today. And this structure is actually the capital of justice for not just Tarrant County, but the city of Fort Worth for the last 130 years.
I learned a lot about this city today, and I hope you did too. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time right here on The American Dream.